Judge of the Federal High Court, Honorable Justice John Naemba So, and all the other justices that are here present. I'd like to especially welcome the Honorable Minister of the FCT, His Excellency Ezewon Nyesom-Wike, CON, the Honorable Minister of State for FCT, Dr. Mariam Mahmood, members of the National Assembly serving and former, Chairman of FCT Area Council, senior officials of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, members of the Honorable Minister's entourage, heads of security agencies that are here, our royal fathers, members of the press, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with pleasure that I welcome all of you to this commissioning. And I've been admiring these buildings. And I raised it with the journalist that is here that this is elegance in blocks. And he told me, will the minister also do journalist quarters? So, Your Excellencies, we are gathered here today at the intersection of service and symbolism. For what we commission is not merely a set of buildings. It is a quiet reinforcement of one of the most important pillars of national stability, the administration of justice. Some structures exist to shelter bodies, but a few of these 10 houses exist to sustain the conscience of the nation. What stands before all of us here today belongs to that rare category. These are not just residences. They are instruments of dignity, stability, and institutional respect for those who carry the burden of interpreting the law. Justice is never self-sustaining. It lives through institutions. It breathes through systems. It is delivered by men and women who carry responsibilities that extend beyond the courtroom walls. I welcome all of you to this very elegant environment as I now invite the Acting Executive Secretary of the FCDA, Engineer Richard Yunana Dauda, to give an overview of the housing estate.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, here ably represented by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, ranking members of the National Assembly that are here, and other members, both past and serving, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, the Honorable Justice John Soko, OFR, and other Honorable Justices present here. Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezewon Nyesom-Wike, CON, the Honorable Minister of State FCT, Dr. Mariam Mahmood, General Council Chairman present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, kindly permit me to align with the well-established protocol by the Director of Program today as I present a project overview of the construction of 10 judges' quarters for the Federal High Court judges here in Katampe District, Abuja. Your Excellency, it is in line with its mandate of providing public infrastructure and public buildings in the federal capital that the FCT administration awarded the contract for the design and construction of 40 judges' quarters in Katampe District. 10 of these are specifically for the judges of the Federal High Court, and that is where we are now. Your Excellency, the project is aimed at providing a secured, functional, and comfortable residential accommodation for judges to enhance the delivery of justice, which is critical to the sustenance of law in any society. Your Excellency, the contract for the design and construction of the judges' quarters in Katampe District was awarded to Messrs. Details to Dot Development Nigeria Limited. in September 2024. Work commenced immediately. The scope of works includes construction of 10 fully furnished 5-bedroom duplexes with boys' quarters for each of the houses within the Federal High Court Judges section of the estate. The other amenities that are provided include an event center, which can take not less than 150 seating capacity, a neighborhood shop, gatehouse, generator houses and generators in them, general landscaping, a recreational ground, perimeter fencing, and other estate infrastructure like asphalt paved roads, walkways, drainage systems, electrical power supply, and water supply. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the project is fully completed and delivered in line with set standards and specifications and ready for commissioning. We thank the President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezon Wike, for the opportunity to be part of this project. Thank you all for coming. God bless you and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Engineer Dauda. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest qualities needed from the judges is fairness. And when properly upheld, becomes the quiet architecture of peace. It is for this reason that judicial independence must never remain an abstract principle. It must be supported in practice, protected in structure, and respected in daily governance. This House eloquently explains this. Let me welcome our architect. He's a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, one of the finest in Nigeria. I'd like to welcome here architect Ako Adakwe. He's the contractor that handled the building, and the house is as elegant as the man himself. I welcome you.
The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. The Honorable Minister of the FCT, Barrister Ezon Wike, CON. The Honorable Minister of State, FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood. The Honorable Chief Judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Honorable Justice John Tehemba Sonko. Members of the National Assembly, serving and former, our revered judges, our Royal Majesties here present, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. For want of time, please permit me to stand on the already established protocols. My name is Architect Ako Adakwe, FNIA, CEO of Details Resort Development Nigeria Limited, a proudly Nigerian construction company. Yesterday, we had the honor of commissioning the Court of Appeal Judges' Quarters. Today, we are privileged to gather once again to commission the completed Federal High Court Judges' Quarters, comprising 10 residential units, also delivered as part of the larger 40-unit Judges' Housing Development, initiated under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, through the Renewed Hope Agenda. In October 2024, we broke ground on this estate with a clear promise to build residences that would meet the highest standards of quality, functionality, and comfort. Approximately 20 months on, we are glad to report that this promise has been kept. Details to dot delivers. This development also serves as a meaningful source of economic activity for over 2,000 Nigerians across various disciplines in the FCT. The benefits of this work have been felt in homes and businesses well beyond the site. I would like to place on record the role of the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezon Wike, CON, in ensuring the success of this project. He reviewed progress, he raised observations, and held everyone accountable to the agreed standards. That kind of leadership from a client is rare, and it sets a tone that filters through every level of project execution. Once again, we are equally grateful to the management and project teams of the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA, for the professionalism they brought to this project. They were dependable partners throughout, and the quality of what stands here today reflects their contribution as much as ours. Distinguished guests, the Federal High Court section being commissioned today consists of 10 fully furnished 5-bedroom duplexes, 10 fully furnished 3-bedroom domestic quarters, dedicated power infrastructure and utility services, gatehouse and security infrastructure, dedicated event center and corner shop. Each duplex has been thoughtfully designed and constructed to provide comfort and functionality for its occupants, featuring spacious main lounge, private lounge and family lounge, dedicated study room, 5 en-suite bedrooms, spacious modern kitchen, ante room, and 3 en-suite domestic rooms. Ample parking space accommodating up to 6 vehicles, all built to provide a secure, comfortable, and befitting living environment. As a company, we are deeply honored to have been entrusted with this important assignment. The successful completion of this project reinforces our commitment to excellence, quality delivery, and the highest professional standards. We look forward to the commissioning of the remaining section of this development soon. On behalf of Details Without Development Nigeria Limited, I thank His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, the FCDA, the judiciary, and every individual whose efforts contributed to the successful completion of this project. God bless the Federal Capital Territory. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Architect Ako. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one truth that I know is that there must be a recognition that those who serve justice must themselves be supported by conditions that preserve their dignity, security, and focus. A nation's priorities are never truly measured by what it announces, but is built for those who uphold its most delicate responsibilities. Infrastructure defines progress, and institutions define permanence. Today, we have these residences that define our love for those that hold the trust of the nation. I'd like to welcome here the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Honorable Justice John Tahimba Soho.
Well, His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, here ably represented by the Vice President, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, His Excellency the Minister of the FCT, His Ezenwo Nyisom UK, GCON and Life Venture, Her Excellency the Minister of State, FCT Dr. Maria Mahmoud, members of the National Assembly here present, judges of the Federal High Court here present, heads of federal agencies and parastatals here present, area council chairman of the FCT here present, royal fathers, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm very delighted to be here for the official commissioning of this laudable project. I recall when we assembled for the foundation laying ceremony about this same time last year. It was then that the Honorable Minister of the FCT, His Excellency Ezenwo Nyisom Wike, CON, Life Venture, on behalf of the administration of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, pledged the completion of this project within 1 year. Today, in keeping with that pledge, we are gathered for the official commissioning and handing over of the project exactly as promised. This is truly commendable. As judges, while we shape the legal direction of society on a daily basis through the pronouncements we make in the courtroom, we seldom have the occasion to speak publicly without causing controversy or being misunderstood. Indeed, public scrutiny of the judiciary has never been more intense. Not surprisingly, therefore, even though the long-standing accommodation challenges facing judges have been a matter of deep concern for decades, the initial steps to address them were met with mixed reactions in the media. Yet, what makes today's event so remarkable is that it stands as a significant milestone for three key reasons. Firstly is courage. It takes a rare form of courage to back up pledges with performance, and to do so in record time regardless of stiff backlash. Delivering this project as promised demonstrates remarkable responsiveness. It is gratifying to witness the accommodation challenges of judges being surmounted so decisively. Permit me to share a philosophical reflection on the profound value of this type of support. The Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius beautifully captured this in his Meditations. Quote, "We are made of cooperation like feet, like hands, like the rowels of the upper and lower teeth. To act against one another then is contrary to nature. Justice is a flickering flame in a harsh wind. It does not survive on its own. True righteousness belongs not only to the one who speaks truth to power, but to those who quietly shield the fire and refuse to let the darkness win. Justice is never a solitary endeavor. It is a collaborative masterpiece. To stand up for what is right requires immense courage, but to support those who stand is the very bedrock of a civilized society. When the state champions the welfare of its judiciary, it lends its own strength to the moral architecture of the world and validates the invisible code that keeps humanity together. Secondly, collaboration. It is important to note with gratitude that this occasion marks a real and seamless integration of efforts across the branches of government, while maintaining the sacred principle of the separation of powers. The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary have proven that they can pull in the same direction for the common good. On behalf of the judges of the Federal High Court, I express profound gratitude to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for steering this policy vision to reality. To the indefatigable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, CON, Life Venture, for his commitment to this laudable cause, with the able support of Dr. Maria Mahmoud, the Honorable Minister of State of the FCT. To the legislature for enabling the necessary appropriations, and to my own constituency, the judiciary, led by the Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Kudira Kekere-Ekun, GC-ON, for championing the welfare of judges who have endured these challenges for so long. In executing this project, the contractors, consultants, technicians, and artisans have demonstrated immense skill, discipline, and dedication. Without their tireless work, this milestone would not be possible, and they have our sincere gratitude. finally, hope. It is deeply encouraging and gives immense hope to the judiciary and the nation at large to see that the welfare of career professionals is being taken seriously. This commitment allows our judicial officers to find peace and stability in their vital roles. As the Roman philosopher Seneca once wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is abundantly sufficient." With a renewed sense of security and institutional support, our judiciary can rest satisfied in its independence and focus entirely on the administration of justice. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much, my Lord, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I totally agree with him that today we are not merely commissioning residential quarters. We are reaffirming a national understanding that the judiciary must remain independent, not only in principle, but in lived reality. That judicial officers deserve not only respect in words, but stability in welfare. Our next speaker understands what welfare means. She's a doctor who attends to people softly. Not just ordinary doctor, but a consultant family physician. Let me welcome her, the Honorable Minister of State for FCT, Dr. Mariam Mahmood.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by our amiable Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. All members of the National Assembly that are here, Senate and House of Representatives, both former and serving, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezemo Yelsu Wiki, and Life Bencher, Mr. Project. My Lordship, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Honorable Justice John Tahimba Soho OFR, all heads of courts and justice and judges that are here, all top-ranking officials of FCT, FCDA that are here with us, area council chairmen, leadership of our political parties that are here with us, members of the diplomatic corps, the contractor, royal fathers, distinguished personalities, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to join you again today, and also I stand to express our appreciation to everyone that has come to celebrate with us another yet tremendous achievement of this administration. We thank Almighty God for making today possible. We are witnessing official commissioning of such a major project of the quarters for the Federal High Court judges, consisting of 10 beautiful houses that you can see here. As always, permit me to express our sincere appreciation to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and also the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, whose renewed hope agenda has continued to transform vision into reality, and also for providing such befitting infrastructure that will strengthen our judicial system. I would like to appreciate the National Assembly for their continued guidance and also their legislative synergy. We appreciate the presence of the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, all the distinguished justices and judges that are here, members of the bar and bench. We appreciate you for your presence, and also we congratulate you for being the beneficiary of such a major project. We extend our gratitude to His Excellency, Barrister Ezemo Yelsu for his dedication and also a dynamic leadership always. We appreciate the contractors. We have to commend them for this a wonderful job, their resilience and also professionalism. For all our distinguished esteemed guests, well-wishers, and everybody that has come to celebrate this achievement with us. We say thank you for your continuous support and motivation. As we commission this project today, and these keys are submitted or handed over, may this building provide comfort for our judges, may it strengthen our justice system, and serve as a symbol of integrity, hope, and promise that law become the guardian of our democracy. I thank you all for coming. May God bless every one of us.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am going to introduce our next speaker very differently. All over the world, a festival is going on right now. Mexico, Canada, and United States, the FIFA World Cup. There are a few personalities in the world of football that have his traits. If you talk about strategy and tactics, about running governance, then he is the Pep Guardiola of the Rainbow Coalition. Gianni Infantino is the FIFA president. So you can also call this man the Gianni Infantino of PDP. Sir Alex Ferguson is considered one of the great. This man could be called Sir Alex Ferguson of the Democratic FC. But once and management, and he removes his suit, laces his Adidas boots, and plays. And when he does, he scores a lot of goals. So we could call him the Victor Osimhen of Project FC. So without much ado, let me welcome here the man who exhibits the same quality as a beautiful game of football. Please welcome the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Chief Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ably represented by Senator Kasim Shettima, the Vice President, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. The distinguished senators here, particularly Senator Olwelo Yeso and Senator Agum Jaribe, the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, my Lord, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, and your brother judges who are here, our dear leaders, the mandate secretaries, permanent secretaries of the FCT that are here. Your Excellency, Mr. President, let me, with your kind permission, sometimes we are delighted and happy when we see prominent Nigerians who appreciate the good works of Mr. President and always come to give support, appreciating, yes, indeed, Mr. President is doing well. Let me therefore specially recognize the former national president of the most important association in Nigeria, Nigerian Bar Association, who also former chairman of the Body of Ventures, former chairman, Council of Legal Education, and by the grace of God, the ambassador designate to the Republic of Ireland, Onueze Chukwujeka Joe Okocha, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Your Excellency, where we come from, there are traditional rulers that are very influential in our daily life, influential in where we walk. I would like to recognize those who laid the foundation for some of us to use the ladder to climb where we are today. My dear brother, the political bulldozer of Rivers State, even though he has abandoned politics and now a traditional ruler. They call him sergeant, but he has never been in the army. Where he got the name sergeant, I do not know. But thank God the military is not prosecuting him for answering a sergeant without being to the army. Sergeant Chidi, I would say, the paramount ruler of ML. Excellency, like you said, there are those who fought for the Niger Delta, for them to be recognized based on the fact that of what they produce, what we call the Niger Delta fighters, who, because of their struggle, the Ministry of Niger Delta was created. One of the influential traditional rulers in our time, and we are happy that he's here today to appreciate what Mr. President is doing. His Royal Highness, the Honorable of Old Ancient Okotre, Atake Michael Tom, who is also here. Senator Philip Tanim Maduda, the leaders of the various political parties that are here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, on behalf of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, let me join my dear sister, the Minister of State, to thank you and also welcome you. Today is the 6th of the 31 days earmarked for commissioning of projects celebrating the anniversary of Mr. President's historic anniversary. And your administration is indeed, this is history, that your administration is taking out 31 days to let the world know what you have done in the Federal Capital Territory. Yesterday, we commissioned the 10 judges' quarters for the Court of Appeal. Today, we're here for the Federal High Court. July 7 precisely will be doing that of the FCT High Court, which has the highest number, as 20, but all the same standard. I'm sure the judges of the Federal High Court, even though I do not know whether they have taken a look by going inside, but I do know I pity the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, how he's going to allocate these houses. Looking to the faces of the judges, I'm sure most of them must have consulted their prayer warriors to make sure that the Chief Judge also include them here. Anything that is good is good. Nobody that will come here, no matter how wicked you are, no matter how unappreciative you are, you will say, Mr. President, we thank you for doing this. Again, it's also to understand how Mr. President feels, what he thinks about the judiciary, how the judiciary should be independent. But it cannot be independent when you cannot talk about giving them a befitting environment to work, improving their welfare. These are things that will make the independence of the judiciary and uphold the rule of law. We are very happy that we are part of this administration that are changing the narrative. I sincerely thank you for giving us the opportunity. Excellency, I pity the Acting Executive Secretary and the staff of the FCDA. You know, working with me is very difficult, very, very difficult, because you really have to show that you have the capacity to deliver. The contractor has said so. I think if I've not been here, I've been here more than 20 times supervising this project and letting him know that if you collect our money during the rainy season, you must also work during the rainy season. No excuses of, oh, it was raining. If you know you will collect our money and you won't work, keep our money. Then during Hamatan, during dry season, we can pay you the money. So I was coming here, there's nothing like it is raining. I said, you can also empower those who say they are rain doctors. Go and bring them. Let there be no rain. I'm happy this project is completed within the time schedule. But I will appeal to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court. This the federal government has provided, but I believe that when we come back here in the next 1 year, it will still look like this. You know, we have problem, a culture of not having culture of maintenance culture. Most people say it's lacking enough. I don't want to believe so. I believe that if you have your own private house, the way you keep your private house is the way you keep wherever you are staying. It's very important that we keep the standard the way it is. I'm sure that we'll be happy when we come back here next 1 year. Luckily for us, the contractor has 6 months to maintain the structure before he finally leaves. I'll be glad that when Your Excellency comes here next time, you will see that it still takes the same look. Your Excellency, yesterday we flagged off the construction of the Industrial Court Judges' Quarters and that of the Code of Conduct Tribunal. That is looking by the left side and the right side of those who are there. The Code of Conduct Tribunal will have theirs there, while the judges of Industrial Court will have their own over there. And that will be completed latest January 2027. That's the assurance we have given, the same standard, And Your Excellency, let me say this. When we came here looking for land where we construct judges' quarter, there was no road around this area. But last year, Mr. President commissioned all the roads within this Katampe. This land belongs to Julius Berger PLC. And when I looked at the record, 15 years ago, they were given the property and there was no development. And I said, well, we want to build judges' quarters. So giving you this land for 15 years, no development, we'll take back our land. And all over social media, they were calling me land grabber, land grabber. I didn't bother myself. I know where I was going to. And because any politician that has not been called any name, there you're not a politician. Part of those land grabbing is where we are today, so that people will know that I did not grab any land, rather I'm doing the work I'm supposed to do. All around these areas, I have told the ESFCD that these areas will be named Judges Zone. We have acquired every property around here. We don't want any other person to stay within this vicinity. There are those who built over 2-3 stories. I told them to bring it down, pay them compensation, because I don't want a situation where you are staying the top floor, overlooking where judges are living, and the judge is going out, you now begin to call your people, he or she is coming out at that particular time. We have to protect and give security to them. We're also building a police station here, so as to be protected very well. So we think it's our duty, not just giving them houses. Security is also important. I believe that with this, we should be doing our work, and I thank you for the opportunity you have given to us. On this note, sir, I invite you to talk to us and commission the project. Thank you, and God bless you.
Kindly take your seats, please. The Senator representing Rivers East Senatorial District and Chairman, Senate Committee on Works, Senator Orwell Hiacho-Onyeso. The Senator representing Cross River North Senatorial District and Chairman, Senate Committee on Gas, Senator Jarigbe Agom Jarigbe. The Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezonwo Nyeson Wike, CON. The Honorable Minister of State for the FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud Bunkure. Your Lordship, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Honorable Justice John Tahemba Soho, and other Federal High Court judges present here. But I will single out for recognition my mother, Justice Binta Murtala Nyako. Heads of courts of various jurisdictions present here. My former colleagues in the National Assembly, most especially Senator Philip Sanimu Aduda and Senator Mao Ohuabonwa. The paramount ruler of Emonghua Kingdom and Chairman South Monarchs Forum, His Royal Majesty Eve Sergeant Chidi Awuse. The ruler and the Pes Amayanabo of Ochiri Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Ateke Michael Tom. The Eze Enwa Baganu of the Obio Kingdom, Onweze Chukudinka Joy, SAN. A legal luminary, diplomat, our ambassador designate to Ireland, former president of the Nigeria Bar Association and founder of Okocha and Okocha Law Firm, live member body of benches, and former chairman, Council of Legal Education, 2012 to 2026. Our deputy national chairman, South, Victor Giadom, and the APC National Publicity Secretary, Barrister Felix Moka. I want to weaponize the acting secretary of the FCDA, Engineer Johanna Dauda, to recognize and appreciate the leadership of the FCDA and area councils, the managing director of Details to Dot Development Nigeria Limited, Architect Ako Adapoi, captains of industry present here, senior government officials, members of the fourth asset of the RIM, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am immensely proud to stand before you today in Katampe district of the federal capital city to commission these recently completed 10 residential accommodations for judges of the Federal High Court. The initiative for which we are gathered here today to celebrate is a testament to what vision, political will, and rigorous execution can achieve. We are here not just to commission buildings, but to fortify a vital pillar of our democracy, the judiciary. When we embarked on the Renewed Hope agenda, we made a sacred covenant with the Nigerian people. We promised to build institutional trust, secure our nation, and ensure that the rule of law is neither compromised nor delayed. Today, with the official commissioning of these 10 housing units for judges of the Federal High Court, we are taking a definitive physical step towards fulfilling that promise. For too long, we have talked about the independence of the judiciary in abstract terms. But independent thought requires an independent and secure environment. You cannot expect judges to dispense justice without fear or favor if their basic comfort, security, and peace of mind are left to chance. True judicial independence is built on the dignity of our judicial officers. By providing these state-of-the-art residential quarters, we are ensuring that our Federal High Court judges operate from a place of security, comfort, and utmost dignity. This project is a deliberate shield against vulnerability, a statement that Nigeria values those who interpret her laws. At this juncture, I must pause to salute the tireless, dynamic, and unapologetically focused Honorable Minister of the FCT, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike. When I gave Minister Wike the assignment to transform Abuja into a world-class city, I knew his capacity to deliver. Nyesom Wike, you have not disappointed me. From fixing critical road networks to ensuring the timely completion of projects like these judges' quarters, you have proven that performance is the only currency that matters in public service. I also extend my deep appreciation to the leadership of the judiciary. The collaboration between the executive and the judiciary under this administration remains a proud example of intergovernmental harmony for the collective good of our people. To our lordships who will occupy these quarters, this country looks up to you. The renewed hope agenda is anchored on equity and justice. As we provide the infrastructure to make your lives easier, we ask in return for an unwavering commitment to the swift, fair, and transparent dispensation of justice. Let these homes be centers of deep reflection, integrity, and honor. Let the judgments that emanate from your minds continue to strengthen the fabric of our democracy. Your Excellencies, my lords, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Abuja is changing. Nigeria is changing. The reforms we are putting in place across all sectors might require patience, but the fruits are beginning to show. We will not relent until every sector, be it justice, infrastructure, economy, or security, reflect the true greatness of our nation. On this note, and on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it is now my singular honor and privilege to officially commission the 10 units of judges' quarters for the Federal High Court judges here in Katampe District, to the glory of God and for the service of humanity and justice in Nigeria. Thank you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The following are to follow the Vice President, the Honorable Minister, the Minister of State, Senators Orwell Onyeso and Jeribe, and the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court. Those are the people to follow him inside.
It's my singular honor, however, to commission these beautiful homes built by the Ministry of the Federal Capital Territory as Federal High Court judges on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for service to God, humanity, and justice. Number judges' quarters for the Federal High Court judges in Katampe District, Abuja, officially commissioned by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, today, Wednesday, 17th June 2026.